Hi everyone. So I know I'm not normally on here talking to camera or sharing anything personal about my life, but I've gotten some questions, so I figured that I would make a short video about my life as a kid and how it led me to where I am today, and kind of like my experience as a fashion blogger and the pros and cons of fashion blogging. So if you're interested in learning more about that world and my world, then here we go. In my photos and videos, I come off mostly put together and normal, but growing up watching horror movies with my brother on a farm in the middle of the country made us complete weirdos. You know, Ben thinks it's insane that I haven't even seen any of the classic Disney animated movies before. Over 10 years ago, I started a fashion blog called Amy a la Mode. It didn't last that long, but I loved it, and I loved expressing myself through this blog. A few years later, I met Ben, my husband, and he actually encouraged me to follow my dreams and start blogging again, and I started A Fashion Nerd. It took me 6 years of dedicated blogging until I was able to sustain myself with social media and quit my actual job. The entire time that I was doing this blog, Ben was really encouraging me to stick with it, and I did. And then Ben and I made Writer. And 2 months later, the pandemic hit, and having a baby with so much uncertainty was very difficult for us. Ben was working full time, and we didn't want to put Ryder in daycare because of COVID, so I just started to bring Ryder into my fashion room here and there, and she would watch me shoot. So it was mainly just me and Ryder hanging out for the most part, and she seemed like she was having a good time watching me, and the moment that she could sit up, she wanted to be involved. She would touch the glasses and she would put the hats on, and it was super cute. And people ask here and there, they're like, do you force Ryder to do this? And my answer is 100% no. I mean, have you ever tried to force a toddler to do anything? It's actually impossible, and Ryder is a really, really strong personality, and if she doesn't want to do it, she's not going to do it. Back when our videos started taking off on TikTok, we were fortunate enough to have a mentor over there, and the person informed me that if I wanted to keep growing at the rate that I was growing, I would have to go live every day for 30 minutes while Ryder ate her breakfast, and I just didn't want to do that, and I didn't do it. I never wanted to be a lifestyle blogger or a vlogger, and I would rather focus on my fashion because that's my true passion. Ben's worked in puppets, and he used to work on The Masked Singer, and he made a lot of those cool masks. And it's really fun to have Ryder growing up around all this weirdness and creativity. Just seeing all the fun puppets and interacting, and she's just so friendly to everything, no matter what it is. Even if it's a scary creature, she's still so happy to meet it and want to give it a kiss. So yeah, the weird Roylands have continued their legacy and weirdness, and Ryder's growing up all around all this. Let's talk about the blogging world now. As a blogger, you basically work with brands to promote their products on social media. You know, small businesses don't always have budgets to pay bloggers, so often an exchange of service is what works best. They either send me a product free of charge or give me tickets in exchange for promotion, and I've discovered that this is a way for me to feel very fulfilled and support small brands that I absolutely love. Indie brands might not always have the budget for advertising, so modeling or showcasing their product for free in exchange for advertising has made a big difference to bringing awareness to indie brands that I love in the past. Being a blogger can be fun and fulfilling, but it also has a dark side. And the dark side of blogging is that once you obtain a bit of a following, if you do or say anything that would normally just be you having a bad day, you run the risk of your words being taken out of context and posted to the internet. And since I'm not a lifestyle blogger, and I mostly have just pics and videos of my fashion on my page, personally, it has allowed people in the past to weave their own narrative about who they think I am. This might not affect you as much as it's a problem for me, as I tend to be a little rough around the edges. I'm trying my best every day to do better and learn more and improve. So I'm sorry to anyone I've offended, and I've owned up to it, and I've apologized, even if you don't see it publicly on social media. However, the bright side of blogging is that you might have a positive impact on someone's life. Like when I started incorporating Ryder into my content, I would occasionally get young women approaching me and mentioning how my videos have inspired them to embrace motherhood, and that maybe one day they would want to become a mother and didn't realize how much fun it could be to be a mom. And I feel like I want to continue doing this if that's what I can do and put out in the world. I once had a woman approach me and she said how she was bringing fashion back into her life as a mother, and she felt like she lost that side of her, and seeing me with Ryder and dressing up fun really inspired her. And it's moments like these that really feel amazing. I'm not sure how many people are moved by some of my content that I've made, but even the smallest fraction makes me feel great inside. I love the idea that I can inspire people, and I will soak up the opportunity to do this with Ryder as long as she's having fun. I hope this video helped you learn a little bit more about me and the blogging industry. I don't know how often I'll come on here and talk to camera because I'm just not that good at it. So I'll probably be sticking to fashion videos and pictures because that's my favorite way to express myself. And I really appreciate all of you watching this, and I hope you've learned a little bit about me and my life, and love you guys.